and Mrs. J and Tootie have been doing
Toddy
one step.
One skip?
One skip. I can't remember. Toddy. They've been doing a lot of videos about Louis Repetto. I know Mrs. J had like 7 videos or 9 videos out on like exposing Louis Repetto. Do you believe that she's done a pretty good representation of some of the things that have happened?
Definitely. I think she's done it. I mean, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be talking right now.
Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am so humbled by that. That means so much to me. And I thank Mrs. J because Mrs. J was the real hero in this. The one that spoke out when she saw something. And she came to me and trusted me with the information. So I am grateful for that. Guys, this channel is Chicago Scientology Audits. And this is a woman named Shannon who you have to watch the interview. I just highly recommend you watch the interview about what she's speaking about. It is the Louis Repetto situation that is actually much more than a situation. After Louis was introduced to the ex-Scientology community by Aaron, and Aaron had spent 4 years in the same dorm room with Louis Repetto when they were both in Scientology. And in a short period of time now, with all of the protesting that they've been doing over the past couple years, Louis Repetto has messed with and sometimes personally had SA against women because he was let loose without any kind of warning, even though it is alleged that Aaron knew who he was.
I was still questioning you, but I also was questioning Aaron because in my head it was, well, I'm not sure about all of this, the allegations, but I'm hearing Aaron say that he believed the anonymous call that Louis Repetto did rape somebody or had done SA'd him, and then he didn't go forward and try to warn the community.
Right. He told me repeatedly on the phone that he believed all of us. He 1000% is what he said. But he said, I'm not, I'm not going to talk about it. He first told me he told everyone. We all know that, right? That he told everyone. And I pressed him on that. Who is everyone? Oh, like the streamers. Well, what streamers? Because you didn't tell me, and I'm a streamer. Oh, yeah, well, people that come out here or people that, I don't know, everyone. And I said, name a person, one person. And he said, Miriam Francis. And it turns out that he's admitted she's the only one he told.
Now, if you guys remember, Aaron wanted to hold Mike Rinder accountable for everything that went on in Scientology under the umbrella that Mike Rinder was carrying in Scientology. Head of OSA, right? Right. But Aaron doesn't appear to want to be held accountable for what his roommate would only make sense would have shared with him. Just like it would only make sense that Mike Rinder would have known what he would have known. And remember the child USA thing that Aaron wanted to throw on Mike? Where is Aaron's responsibility in what he did? Because he's put his arm around Louis. He has said, basically, Louis is a great guy. He vouched for Louis after knowing, because somebody doesn't have 23, 24 allegations that seem to be proof, seem to be true. And nothing happened back then. Here is a serial a guy that serial SAs people. And this what just came about? This just doesn't make any sense. But it also doesn't make any sense why somebody wouldn't say, hey, and Aaron says, listen, I got a phone call about this guy. It was anonymous, and I believed 1,000%. And I told everybody. Well, it comes out he told one person. But he told everybody. So he knows he should have told everybody, but he told one person. You can't make this go away because this is a big deal now. And you have to be held accountable for certain things that you do. And when you don't say something about somebody, that could change somebody's life for the worst and bring out things and commit crimes on them and take advantage of them. And when you know that about them and you just let them go into a community, would you have let him go with your kids, Aaron? Would you have let him go alone with your wife, with your girlfriends? Probably not, unless you're a lot more undone. But these people that this guy fucked with, Aaron, yeah, they're somebody's daughter too. They're somebody's kid too. So the allegation, and I cut the video and I really spent a lot of time getting excerpts from Shannon's video. But I want you guys to listen to the video. Listen on 1.5 speed. I don't care. But listen, you hear how the flying monkeys were sent to keep her stumm. You hear how she was treated because she didn't go along with things. You hear how she stood alone, finally, in her own little place and said, no. And she says, when you're done and you're mistreated and discarded, there's no thank you, goodbye, thank you for your time and goodbye. There's none of that. There's only, get the fuck out of here. You were worthless. All this shit. Everything that was going on in Scientology has just been brought out on the outside, and it appears that the new cult leader is somebody different. Aaron, all these people, all these women, what is it? Do they all want him? And this is a jealousy thing? Do they all want to be on top and run the show? Or could it be that there is bad behavior that keeps going on and on and on? And people's lives are getting destroyed. And people are watching and laughing and joking about socks that look like little dicks. And they think it's funny. It's not a good look. It's a fucking horrible look. Aaron Smith Levin says he knew and he believed what this anonymous person said to him about Louis Repetto and how he was a predator. And he told everybody, says Aaron, and it came out that he told one person. And somehow there's a bunch of people that seem to think, that's okay, no worries, that's okay. But had it have been them or their family, would it have been okay? Why doesn't that matter anymore when it just happens to other people? Man, we've watched how Aaron actually has hurt women because women have come out at different times and pointed their finger, and they all basically have the same story and it's the same behavior. And then we've even seen the behavior, little bits of it. When Aaron doesn't know he's being recorded or when he loses his temper, you start seeing that behavior. And it's still, who's not believing it? Again, it goes back to there's two people in this world, people that care about people and people that care about money. And when you care only about clicks, you're only caring about money. Aaron could have spun this and he could have really been somebody. But I don't think he has it in him. Because he missed his boat on this a few times in his own personal life, which he calls personal but involves other people. and then enjoy and asked us to come in. But if we don't pick his side, it's his personal life. We're just supposed to believe him at face value. I used to, until I let him continue to talk. And then I realized, now there's something wrong here. And then I started saying, why is there something wrong here? And I started looking into it because things didn't feel right. It can't be all these people and not Aaron. And then I saw and I judged who I think Aaron is on his own behavior, on body cams, on continuous behavior. Guys, the fact that somebody would have 250,000 followers and lead them down the wrong road, and if he thinks the right road is not telling somebody that there's a predator out there because 23 people after he introduced them were a victim of this guy after Aaron introduced him into the community. And where's the responsibility, Aaron? Where do you take the responsibility? You're blaming Nora. I'm no fan of Nora's. I still don't know what Nora has done, if anything, to make any of this right on her end. Or if you guys are just fighting because you guys are fighting, and because Nora apparently knew about Louis and didn't do anything, didn't say anything, didn't reach out to people, but now seems to want to do that. Is that real? I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. But I know that Aaron had a responsibility here and he failed. And now people are talking. And Aaron's getting people to get people to shut up, right? But this woman ain't going nowhere. People aren't going anywhere. People now are fighting back. And they should. There's got to be some sort of accountability, in my opinion, when you knowingly let a dangerous person next to the people that you supposedly care about. And then if a crime was committed, I don't know, once again, not a cop, but horribly, morally irreprehensible. And if something did happen and somebody knew that somebody was capable of doing something like that, I would say that they probably helped them. You know, help them in the sense of, well, certainly Lewis was helped by Aaron because Aaron never said anything. So Lewis could continue to behave any which way he could, and did. Guys, please check out the video. It's going to be attached in the link. And tell me what you think in the comments. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. I thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Please like, subscribe, and share. We are not a cult. If you don't like us, we'll let you leave without sending anybody after you. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.